Hello, everybody. If the sound sucks on this, I'm sorry. I was messing around for an hour with this mic, other mics. This isn't supposed to be a professional podcast or anything, but I was nitpicking, and I'm irritated. But anyways, that kind of goes against kind of in a sense, what I'm going to be talking about here. So, what I'm going to be talking about is why I like watching KingCobraJFS, and that one of the reasons is the style. Josh's style of making videos. Seizure Robot said in one of the Snake Bones episodes a few back that Josh breaks all the rules of streaming, and I couldn't agree more. Just getting up, leaving, going to smoke a cigarette, nothing happening, coming back, and then like Chauncey pitched in and said, and then just ending the stream. Like, it's hilarious. There really is no one who does things like Josh does on camera. I mean, of course, I don't even get into it. We'll just say Josh is unique. He's doing a great job. He's doing the best he can every day. So when I first started watching Josh's videos, they were so refreshing to me. And what I mean by this is that they had like a purity. When you click on a King Cobra video, you get your classic set. Just Josh's chair looking at the camera. It's just like a view into a diorama. We always see the same thing. And then in this way, when something changes, it's imbued with so much more meaning or importance. A guest, something just missing, something new on the scene, like a lathe or a new hat or a new chair, as he's, back in the old days in the old layer, he cycled through a few chairs. Now, I know this doesn't apply to all these phone videos we're getting now, and I actually wrote these notes months ago, and I just came across them, and it was before his computer was broke, and he was making these... Cobra on the phone, to me, it's not the same. It just doesn't hit right. It's a totally different feel. You get fun things, like the fair video, things can happen, but it's not the Cobra style. You click onto a Cobra video, there's no stupid fucking intro music, no, just stock music that you hear from every YouTube video. There's no wipe, there's no, hey, welcome to my channel. I mean, you get the Josh thing, like, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy, KingCobraJFS, back at you with another video, but it's funny. It's not just the same. It's not the same as just your random YouTuber, He doesn't choose a thumbnail. At least in the past he didn't. Now with all these lives, he takes a selfie and puts them up. But, that he would put no extra thought into anything. He would just throw it up there, and then the YouTube would just pick something. So that's how you get like these awesome legendary thumbnails, like the Tactical Soap Rocks one, the one in his new place where he was like making something, and it looks like he's looking at his phone and like just drooling or something. I don't know. And there's other ones that just escape my memory at the moment that I'm recording this. But, classic thumbnails. But my absolute favorite thing about his videos, absolutely no editing. This is such a boss move when you think about it. Like, it fits his style in that it just goes against the grain. It's very punk. It's very metal. It's just, fuck you guys. I'm not tailoring this 4-hour-long, boring nonsense video for you. Let Bite Size do it. Don't like it? The back button's up there. This lack of editing saves us from annoying stuff that YouTubers do. Think of, like the Sniper Wolf videos that he'll watch. Just the sounds, the rhythm. I cannot stand the formulaic rhythm of just like YouTube videos, and jump cuts. I recently found this channel. It's like a girl. She's from the UK, and she's called the Internet Investigator. She does fine. She does a fine job. But if you watch some of her earlier stuff, it's all these jump cuts. So then what happens? Every single sentence she says is the same rhythm, and you get this, and he didn't even really want to do that, but he did it. And then she didn't really want to do that, but he killed her. And then, and it sucks. You don't get that with Josh. Damn it, I lost my place. But all this, having said all that, it's a, he's not the commercial, clean, polished TV of YouTube that seems to be like what's out there now, like just for ads and commercials, and it's very clean, it's very polished. But it's kind of funny and almost paradoxical because all he watches is YouTube, and he's quite influenced them. Chauncey pointed this out in the last Snake Bones episode. He picks up these things from YouTube, but puts no work into like the visual part of it. He just sort of acts the YouTuber part. I don't know. Yeah, he also reminds me, it's kind of like a black metal band, not being overproduced, not cleaning up their audio and compressing it and stuff like that. He's like a badass actor like Frank Sinatra that only does one take, and fuck you, don't like it, deal with it. Use it or don't, I don't give a fuck. You could probably apply this to his music as well, although we've seen him recording it, and I think he takes things, does more than one take with his music. And I'll have to make a little side note here that I'll say I actually do enjoy listening to some of his music, and not in like an ironic sense. It's weird. Like, to me, the song Rebel Revolution is actually fun to listen to. I do like it, but that could be a whole other, topic, Josh's music. To me, Josh's videos, and I'm thinking like prime, for me, this is like right when he, like Homeboy Scotty era. Basically, everything in his old apartment, basically, is like what I'm kind of thinking of mostly when I make this. It's like a relaxing documentary or like a unique movie. His videos at times remind me of Aki Kaurismäki movies. They could be quiet, they're still, they're darkly funny, they're almost relaxing. It's just a stationary camera, doesn't move. There's another movie called In Vanda's Room. It's a Portuguese movie, and this is almost like it's like a fake documentary, but I didn't even know it was fake. I thought it was just a documentary, but then you find out it's acting. So it's pretty crazy, but it's like there's just a stationary camera for a lot of the time in this girl's room, Vanda, and she's just like smoking crack, and there's one part she's smoking crack on her bed, and she coughs so hard she just barfs on her bed, and then she just starts wiping it up, and she just keeps carrying on smoking crack and cigarettes, and it's just like a Cobra video, basically. And also like a Cobra video, it's long. This movie is like 3-something hours long. So I'd say just go check that out. It's just funny to think of in relation to Josh. Or there's another movie, it's a Belgian movie called Jean Dielman, 23, Quai du Commerce, 1080 Brussels. That's the movie where in the picture for this video, that woman, that's Jean Dielman, and it's from this movie. This is another very quiet movie. The camera doesn't move around much at all. It's like we're a fly on the wall for the lives of the characters, much like, Josh and his world. This movie, again, like Cobra Vids, is longer than the average movie. It's about 3.5 hours long. And just scrolling through what Josh puts up, most of his videos are about 1, 2, almost 3 hours long. And considering what goes on in them, they feel much longer. And just as a way of comparison, I just looked up the average YouTube video length for 2021, and it was 11.7 minutes. So just this very, polished YouTube. Give you your quick 10 minutes, get my ads, jump cuts, annoying rhythms. You're not even getting the real person. That's a whole other debate, though. Are we getting the real Cobra? Because I think a lot about Cobra and identity and how through his profile, he tries to create an identity in hopes that created identity circles back and creates his true identity. That's something I got notes for, too, that maybe one day I'll develop more. But back to Jean Dielman. And this movie was made in 1975, in 3.5 hours, and like in 1975, I feel that probably felt way longer. Movies now, they seem to be getting longer. All these Marvel movies are constantly getting longer, but we know that people generally groan when a movie is more than 2 hours long. So Cobra's videos and Jean Dielman are both long, and they don't have a lot of dynamism. They're quiet sometimes, they're repetitive. It's a still, sort of relaxing environment. I watched an interview with the director of the movie, Chantal Akerman, in which she was talking about her style of not moving the camera a lot. Excuse me. She said, quote, "You could still experience something palpable without a story," unquote. She then talks of a Michael Snow movie called Back and Forth, where a camera is in a classroom simply moving back and forth. The suspense in the film, she says, is as great as in a Hitchcock film, because one is riveted, waiting to see if the camera goes further each time, showing more, showing something else. If you've watched Josh's videos for some time, hopefully this resonates with you. Any change in the static camera and static environments feels so much bigger, and you kind of are wanting more. You want to see a little more. You want to learn a little more. The times that our frame has changed have been some pretty remarkable moments in the Cobraverse. Here's a couple. Having the camera sweep slowly to the side, and we see Stephanie eating her Hot Pocket. That's a legendary image in this community. Josh turning the camera slightly the other way, pointing to his bathroom to go and take a dump. Josh riding his bike in the hallway. We see the door open. We see the hallway. I used to also love when he would just go get his mail in the middle of a stream. You'd kind of be like, why can't I don't know. Now it feels like that's nothing for Josh to do. But when you don't see any videos like this and you finally start watching Josh and you see him just leaving his apartment, coming back, you're like, that feels so crazy. Now that's like the least of the craziness, Let's see. Josh placing his phone on his sink while he takes a shower, and we're forced to just stare at his faucet, filthy sink, and shower curtain. I mean, that's art. A new chair becomes iconic. People have their favorite chairs. Mine is the brown one from his old apartment. I just have a lot of good, it's in this picture, as you can see, and I just have a lot of good classic Josh memories from that one. He does his no pussy routine in it. He did the Budweiser challenge in it. He came back from eye surgery looking like a weird goth Ray Charles in it. I love that chair. Someone visiting Josh and showing us his apartment becomes a huge deal. The Jesus, what was that guy's name? Jesus Morby, I forget. But to actually see Josh's apartment and even in the second documentary, Now It's a Party, that just felt so big to be able to see different little parts. Or when Darfellini points his camera down at Josh's feet, and you just to see what is going to be gross and just dirty, but to see it feels like a big deal, because Josh always leaves us wanting more with his very restrictive minimalist style. Let's see. And Josh, he also gave us an apartment tour of his new one. This style of simplicity makes variation so much more rewarding. Much like Ackerman described about the camera going just a bit more to one side to see something else keeps you riveted. I'd say it's one reason I like watching Josh, out of suspense for seeing something new, learning something more, so even you can get more lore from him if he's just drunk and rambling. What Josh does naturally in filming his videos, or on accident, film directors actively choose to implement for certain reasons. I just think that's interesting. Now, I know there's more going on here. I know Josh isn't, actively trying to do this. It's probably mostly out of laziness and, regarded stuff. But I just always liked that, and I've always wanted to just put it into words, just this idea of, an interesting parallel between what it's like high art will try to do and what Josh does naturally. And again, I just found it interesting. All right. Sorry for rambling. Hope the sound isn't totally fucked. And, I don't know if, I'll record something next or what it'll be, but all right. Thanks for the feedback on the last one. Peace out. Bye.